Y'all thought this was a game? Y'all thought this was a game? Ain't nothing about this game that's worth being played. You heard me. I don't even know. What am I doing here? Just woke up. Jesus. Do my little shaky shakes. Welcome to Free World Radio. As you guys know, I am your host, DJ MF Red Tables, the friendliest DJ in the O. But I'm not here to talk about me today. Today I'm here to talk about an elusive game designer. We talked with his partner the other day, and today we're going to talk to him. He is the designer of Nova, also the co-founder. I need everybody to give it up for Mr. Terrence Timmons. I told you it was going to be magnificent. You thought I was playing. Hey, not all of us have cannons. Sit down, sir. Shake my hand. Shake my hand and sit down. God, out here putting out cannons and stuff like people just lift weights for a living. I don't do that. I need to. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? If you want to tell your age. And what got you into designing and gaming?
Sure. So my name is Terrence Timmons. I am originally born in Manhattan, New York, but I'm from all over the place. I claim Orlando. I really like it here. I've been here for a little while. Okay. I got into game design on my own, really. I've been wanting to make games since I was 10 years old. And, I'm 42 now. So I finally decided about, I want to say 7 years ago, okay, to really start pursuing it. And so I just learned on my own. I started started with Unity. Well, actually, I didn't start with Unity. I started with this library called SDL, okay, and I messed around with SFML, trying to make my own engine and stuff. And then I started messing around with Unity, and I just been doing like tutorials and trial and error and
trial and error is the best way to learn something, but it's effective.
It is. I'm enrolled in Full Sail right now, but okay, I can definitely say that trial and error is much better and cheaper than Full Sail. Yeah. So anybody out there thinking about it, learn it on your own. Trial and error. Do it. Just jump in.
I may be going against the grind with this. I know some of my viewers are going to be like, oh, no, you really asked this. Do you feel like you actually learned something at Full Sail?
See, here's the problem. So I went in for, I just switched degrees. Okay. I'm taking my last class in computer science with game programming, focus on game programming. Okay. So that's supposed to be like learning how to make an engine, that kind of stuff. The classes haven't been too focused on games, like game design, just engine design. And I mean, frankly, look, my instructors, I'm not going to say anything bad about my instructors. My instructors is awesome. All of my instructors have been awesome, even though some of the ones have like really heavy accents, but excellent instructors. I'm taking online classes, so, I don't get to be in the classroom with them, but, excellent instructors.
Gotcha.
A lot of my instructors, some of my programming instructors, kick down a lot of knowledge to us about the industry, things that are really important for us to know, so like how they hiring practices and that kind of stuff, But as for have I learned anything? Not really. Not that I haven't already learned on my own. Absolutely. I learned a few new things about C++ that I hadn't known before, but nothing new really.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss when it comes to that. I graduated my bachelor's in show production, and honestly, I can say that I learned from flipping a coin to how different mistreating one cable can really mess up your whole setup and stuff like that. Mm. Even more so than that, like you said, the industry insights and just learning how to navigate it. I tell people all the time, when you go to Full Sail, for one, online and campus are two separate beasts.
Yeah.
So I always I always encourage people, go online because not online, go in person. Because in person, them teachers, like you said, the teachers there are amazing. So if you have access to them, every day that you go to class, greatness is only a spectacle away at that point,
Yeah.
especially if you put the work in. But we're not here to talk about Full Sail and they get free commentary off my show. Not
Exactly.
today. Not today. We are here because you are going to tell us some secrets. Am I right?
I don't know about secrets, but I don't know about secrets, but yeah, we can definitely talk about our current project. So, last time when Jaden was on, the project that we're working on is the same project, but it's changed a little bit. So,
can we start with the name?
yeah, so it was Lilium. So Lilium, we put that on hold for now. We're gonna come back to Lilium later. Lilium is supposed to be a game based on the story of Lilith.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know that the Protestant Bible does not name Lilith as the first woman. But
for my people that don't know who Lilith is, can you give a brief overview?
Yeah. So in the Gnostic mysticism, Lilith is named as the first woman. So in the Bible story of creation, there's God creates the heavens and the earth and all the animals, and then he creates Adam, right? So after he creates Adam, he has Adam name all of the animals. Adam says, "Hey, I see a male and a female lion. They all have mates. I don't have a mate. I want a mate." So God's like, "Okay, I'll make you a mate." He makes Lilith. Now, the difference in the Adam and Eve story is that Lilith is made from dirt, the dust, just like Adam. So she is equal to Adam. Now, I'm not going to go all into the whole story, but there's some SA that happens, and Lilith wasn't standing for that, so she calls God like, "Hey, this fool just tried to, force himself on me. I'm out." And the story goes down a different path from there. Now, what we wanted to do was focus on that aspect of the story, and then go a little God of War with it. So we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that because I want to.
Wow.
Yeah. I got a feeling this is gonna be pretty good, and I probably shouldn't have said so much about it. But it's gonna be okay. Like, we're gonna come back. We're definitely gonna come back and do it. We're definitely gonna come back and do that.
That's a hell of a storyline.
Yeah.
When you. My mind, my creativity just went like
it just as soon as you hear
that,
it just takes you. Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah. When I was reading the story of Lilith, I was like, wow, like how come no one? And I don't want to say no one talks about Lilith, because Lilith is actually a pretty popular character.
Right.
She's been used many, many times, but usually she's seen as an evil character, and it's because she's they call her the mother of demons. So in the Gnostic text, she goes on to create demons. So and that's so I kind of find it strange that someone could be SA'd and then be the bad guy at the end of the story, but whatever. That's just me. We'll keep it moving.
Medusa.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
So now we are working on Kebachet. So
say it one more time for me.
Kebachet, daughter of Anpu. Right? That's the name of the game.
All right.
So you play as Kebachet, the daughter of Anpu. Now Anpu, for those that don't know, which is many people, Anpu is I'm going to say Kemetic name of the god that the Greeks called Anubis, the Egyptian god of death and burial. Right?
Okay.
So I don't really like using the Greek names, so I like to use the actual Kemetic, Coptic sounding names. That's what I'm going for.
Okay.
And the gameplay is very similar to what we had for Lilium. So if anyone got a chance to play that demo that was out for a little bit, it's going to be pretty similar. So we're doing spell sequences where you have to hold the button and you have to put in
whole lot of hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, you got to put in.
You don't have
commands.
that in a lot of games nowadays. They took that away. It's more just point shoot or
Yeah.
oh we're gonna go to this. You button mash still, but the actual hand-eye coordination to test yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with it. I'm following.
Yeah. And she, in the story, she is tasked with defeating the children of
The
I'm
children.
gonna say his name wrong.
The children.
The children of not Apophis. What is his name? Apep. The children of Apep. So now, when I say children, I don't mean literally children. You know,
this
of course.
is a cult. This is obviously
the
a
children,
cult. We're talking
yeah. The cult. If you want to say cultists, cult members, followers, you know. But
Of course.
I was calling them the children of Apep because Apep in the Kemetic mythology is the force of chaos and destruction. So in that mythology, there's also Sutek, which is the one they call Set, the brother of Asar. I'm gonna keep saying their names, Asar or Osiris, as people know him. In the story, I don't know if anyone knows the story. Asar kind of cheats on. Well, he doesn't cheat. Nephthys is the wife of Set. She cheats on him with his brother.
Yeah.
Set finds out, kills his brother. Right. So
This has Egyptians.
yeah,
written over
yeah,
it.
and that's what we're going for. You know? And
just
it's like
peeped
I feel like there's like a whole lot there that could be done, and like some groups of people will take that stuff that I feel like belongs to us, and we'll use it, and they'll plaster their stuff on
I
it.
get what you're saying,
You know,
yeah.
and like I don't like that. I've never liked that, and I'm like I want to see it. I want to see those stories told from our point of view. I want to see those stories. You know, I want to see that stuff played with us. You know, I want our community to take that stuff and do something with it because it's a feature rich story rich. I don't know what to call it. Like it's a lot of material there that could be used.
Let me ask you this, because you just hit a key point that I wanted to see if you how you felt about it. You said you wanted more of our people to play our games. How do you feel? Because I've talked to a lot of graphic designers, and all of them say the same thing. There's not enough brothers in game design. You want to elaborate on that for me?
Yeah. So you know, I don't work in the industry. Like I don't work for Nintendo or anybody like that. I've never have, and I don't really plan to tell you the truth. That's why we started Emanova, because you know, there's a lawsuit with Full Sail right now, which I'm not involved in, but you know, because they promised a lot of things with games, well, not just games, other industries too. But I know, you know, the game industry has been. They try to tell you, oh man, there's a lot of jobs, you'll make a lot of money, and then you know, there's not every few weeks you'll hear about this company laid off 9,000 people. You know, they just finished this game, and then they hear this person that made this, and they fire them, and they, you know, and like I'm not going through that, bro. Like, you know, I'm not gonna go through that. So especially when the games industry is, you know, billions and billions of dollars going through that industry. And like a lot of it might go to the AAA, you know, publishers and stuff, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. You know, we can make a game and we can sell it for $15, $20, you know, and we could get 1 million sales off of it if people buy it, you know, and people
actually support it.
Yeah, people actually support, and people do. People do support what they like. People support what they like. So our community isn't represented in that industry because the people who control that industry don't really want us in that industry. You know, it's the same thing, you know, that, you know, just like we were seeing, I don't want to go into the politics thing with the DEI stuff, all that, you know, and like people, you know, they go all into that. And there are plenty talented people. There are plenty talented programmers. There are plenty talented voice actors and artists, you know, animators who can do the work. But if you're not going to get hired because people don't like, your skin color, what are you going to do? Make your own.
You got to make your own at that point.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself after you finish these 2 games? Like, what is even though these 2 projects are a notch on your belt, is there another bigger notch down the line that you're working towards?
Oh yeah. I hope to do this until the day I stop breathing. Okay, I plan to do this for, if I can live for another 200 years, I would, and I would just make games.
Imagine all the games you would see in 200 years.
Yeah, because, something I do briefly want to talk about a little bit, because I think people don't understand play. So one of the first classes that I had in Full Sail, which was a very good class, was the psychology of play. And I had kind of known about this since I was young, and I kind of briefly, through my life, have studied it, but not really took a close look at it enough to realize there's a whole psychology behind the idea of play. Play is a superpower, really. Play is a superpower. So any living creature that plays, so lions, tigers,
you're
bears,
talking about systematically playing, like literally playing.
Them playing, and like when you see those videos of like a cheetah, like there's the one where there's a cheetah and this cheetah cub pounces on the mother and the mother jumps 10 feet in the air like, oh my God, that's play. That's playing. They're playing. But what is that thing? What is it really doing?
Oh yeah, they're teaching the real instincts.
They're teaching it how to hunt. They're teaching how to stalk, how to pay attention to where this creature's looking so you're behind it. That kind of stuff. Now, at first it seems like it's a game, but when you look deeper into it, this is practice. That's all play is. Practice and play is the same. Like people separate those two, but it's not really separate. These are the same things. And just because, for years, I've heard people tell me, oh, video games are for children and blah, blah, blah. Everyone should be playing video games. You should find some kind of game that stimulates your mind and challenges you in some kind of way. And you should do that. You should play it.
You know what game I'm about to tell you, because we were just talking about it. Minecraft,
yeah.
Minecraft is by far one of the most childish, idiotic games I have ever heard. And I hope everybody listening into this puts a comment down and rage baits, because I don't care. I do not like Minecraft, but you know what? Minecraft teaches you that if you go in the woods and you chop enough wood, you can turn it into lumber, and you can turn that lumber into a block of wood.
Yeah, and you can turn it into a house. Yeah. Now Minecraft, and I'll say like not every game is obviously going to teach you like some kind of life skill or something.
Absolutely.
But the idea of being challenged, the idea of working towards a goal, the idea of coming up with a plan for how you're going to reach that goal. These are all things that are done in games. When I was in high school, I was in JROTC for a little bit. And in JROTC, one of the things you have to do is map reading. Yeah. So that was really easy for me. And everyone else in the class just kind of struggled with that. And I didn't really understand why until I thought about it. And I was like, I played a lot of games growing up where there was a freaking map. So like, I'm from the 8-bit days, even before, I played a lot of 8-bit games. So I played The Goonies 2, for example. And that game has a map. Old. Yeah, that game is pretty old. It's like 83 or something.
You said The Goonies.
You're my person. Oh, God. But that game's awesome. That game was awesome. I played it a lot. I hadn't beaten it until I got older, and I went back and I played it again. And I beat it.
The mechanics.
And it's because the map has a front side and a back side, and that game I had to like look at the map and figure out, hey, this just shows a dot. It shows me and it shows a dot, and I'm like, okay, how do I figure, And over time, I would figure out, okay, I need to move to do this and go here and figure out where this is on the map. And I did that for so long. I've played a bunch of other games that had maps in them, but that game is the one that stands out to me the most. And I think that's why it was easier for me to understand how to look at a map and figure out where I'm at on this map quickly. Figure out how to, and topography maps, things like that.
Those are, what's scary is you tell a kid today to look at a topography map, they'll be like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
What
do you mean?
That's a shame. Yeah, that's a shame.
Moving on. Because we ain't going to talk about today's game.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Some of our fans sitting over here on the live, they got a couple of questions for you. Number one, what is your favorite old school game versus your favorite new school game?
My favorite old school game, the game that made me want to make games, is The Guardian Legend on the NES. Okay? So, if you don't know what The Guardian Legend is, for some reason, it was an underrated game. I do not know why. But it was a space shooter / labyrinth game. Okay. It was the first time I'd ever played anything where it was like, you're flying. First, you come in, you're flying through the defense system, trying to get to this planet, and you fight the boss. And after you defeat the boss, you land on the planet. And then the first thing you're greeted with is a screen that's like, if someone is reading this, then I must have failed.
Yeah.
Whoa, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean you must have failed? And then the story is like, there was a race of people on this planet, and some alien force landed on the planet, overtook the planet. The guy who's writing these messages tries to blow up the planet, but apparently he fails. But he left clues to tell you how to activate the devices to blow up the planet.
Sheesh.
And the story is you are the guardian of Earth, and you're being sent to this planet that's hurtling towards space. It's full of all these deadly aliens. And the gameplay was like you space shooters. So it was a vertical space shooter. You're going through shooting and stuff, and you had a life bar instead of like a Galaga where it's one hit death. It wasn't that. You had like a shield meter.
Man, because that Galaga was harsh.
Yeah, and then you after you beat the space stage, you go to the labyrinth stage, and there's a labyrinth. You walk around on the planet. You got to find weapons and keys and kill bosses and find the corridors, to beat the corridors so you could blow up the planet. That game, amazing. I love that game. I love that game so much. It's my favorite game, hands down. Now, new school. My favorite new school game right now. I earlier we was talking about this, and my current favorite game is Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion. That's actually my current favorite game. But if I was to say
mouthful,
my favorite, it's a mouthful. But,
a mouthful.
Yeah, you gotta say the whole thing because it's not Daemon X Machina 2, even though it is the second game. But I don't know. I'd actually say Elden Ring, man. Like for real, my favorite new school current new school stuff is Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring is quite possibly the best game I've ever played. And it's because of a lot. It's not, the difficulty curve. Like a lot of people don't like the difficulty curve.
Okay, I'll give you that.
It's man, you ever seen them fantasy books? And it's got like a freaking castle and a mountain and like a river, and it just looks crazy, like something you'd never see in real life.
Are you
see that in Elden Ring?
I was gonna say
all the time. Like you literally turn, and it's just this
vast.
Like you can tell that whoever designed those maps, I know they had fun when they made those maps, because like when you see the Carrion Academy at night, when you see the Carrion Academy at night, and you look up and there's stars in the sky, there's the moon, over there's the Erd Tree, and then there's this huge castle, this huge college.
A little attention to detail.
And and it's just awesome. Everywhere you go in the game, it just looks amazing. And it's all has to do with, it's not just there to look good. It has to do with the story. Everything in it has to do with the story. And I think that is the best type of game. When you have your story and your artwork and everything melds together perfectly, and you can tell that nothing was put in there just as fluff or anything. It's there for a purpose.
Great answer, by the way. Great answer.
Thank you.
Favorite old school game, if I just had to pick one, probably SOCOM. SOCOM, just because it was always challenging. Never beat it as a kid. Beat it when I was an adult. New game. Damn.
Yeah. It's a lot of good games out. It's a lot of good games.
It's a lot of good games out nowadays. I would have to go. You know what? Crazy it sounds, Assassin's Creed will always hold a place in my heart, especially how after Origins, from Black Flag to Origins, and then everywhere they went after that, I liked it, but you can only go so far after repetitive.
Yeah.
So same thing. That's why Call of Duty fails. Call of Duty's can't keep making the same storyline and just switching one or two things.
Yeah.
So, but all right, hold on. Let me see. All right. Second question. If you could be on any gaming design team, where would you be? Just give me one.
Oh man. Oh man. I don't know really. So like, I don't really know. I don't know because, like I said, I don't really see myself working in the industry with any of these companies. Now,
Right.
some like, I would love to, if I could, I would love to either work for or like be in the room with From Software because they have been like they've been literally my favorite game design company
Okay.
for a while. You know, I've been playing Armored Core since the
Eh,
first one.
yeah,
you know, and
you-
that's
yeah.
that's how I know them is from Armored Core. Like I've been playing Armored Core games. I've played almost every Armored Core, almost every. I've only missed like AC5 Verdict Day. I didn't have that, and I missed like one other Armored Core they had, but every other one I've had all of them. You know, and I would love to, you know, be in there for that or for. Of course, the Soul series is great. Soul series is great. Soul series is great.
Who would turn that down?
Yeah.
Like Dark Souls is just one of those games that if you can get in on it, go for it. Because there's so much hate for it, but the fan base behind it, that hate is just misguided love.
Yeah.
Because they go back and buy the same game all over again. And they'll die. And they'll complain. They'll make streams about it. And
Yeah,
then,
I'm one of them. Yeah.
oh man, let me tell you.
I've dropped more souls and runes than I care to even talk about.
I felt. I felt. The third question is going to be our final question. I believe this is actually a great question to end off on. For future game designers, what advice do you give?
So I like I was saying earlier, do it. Do it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Don't let anyone tell you you need a giant team. Don't let anyone tell you you need a bunch of money. Now you are going to need some money for some things. Like you know, right now we are not rolling in dough. We're doing this. You know, it's just been it's just been me and Jaden just putting it out.
That grind serious though.
Yeah, and that's that's what you got to do. You don't need tons of money. There's lots of free assets you can use to just for practicing, for learning. But definitely learn. Like practice. Go pick. Like if you're gonna use Unity, you need to learn C#. If you're gonna learn Unreal, you need to learn C++. But Unreal, they use like a different version of C++, like different libraries and stuff. But they do pretty much the same thing.
He's dropping jewels for y'all. He's telling y'all what to do in case you want to be a game designer. Oh, sorry, I interrupt you. Go ahead. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
you just need to code. You need to write code. You need to learn coding patterns. So stuff like state machines. You need to know what a state machine is. State machine is like the most basic one. Like I don't want to say most basic, but like for me, the state machine is almost like bread and butter. Like I use it for a lot of stuff. You're gonna need that. When I was working on Lilium, I've been working on Lilium in some form or another for some years now. And
Ooh, that's
it took, I had to, until I started using a state machine, I was having a lot of logic issues. So stuff like I'm trying to have her move and then stop moving when you press the cast button, and when I'm pushing the buttons that are also used for dodging, jumping, attacking, I now need them to switch. A state machine helps you to switch that type of state, so you can control it. Yeah, so you can control it. So you definitely need to, whatever programming language that you're going to be using, you definitely need to learn that language. And basically, you just need to learn the syntax. You need to look up, read anything you see that's about like good coding practices, that kind of stuff. And I say ask questions, but if you go to certain forums, you're going to run into people who are not very charitable to new learners. So the best thing now, since we do have AI, so you can ask some of the AIs, like I use DeepSeek sometimes to help clarify stuff. Now, I would not use the AI to write code for you, although some of them can write code for you, but like that's called vibe coding. Some people call it vibe coding. Like I would stay away from that. Like don't do that. Absolutely. You need to know it yourself. So trial and error, start with something really simple. Don't jump to try to make an MMO. Like, don't fucking do that. Like, excuse me. Don't do that. Stick to small, simple projects first. Join some game jams. Some game jams will be like, make a game in 24 hours or something like that. Like, do that. Do those things.
Challenge yourself.
Yeah, because the main thing about a game jam is the reason why there's time limits on it is to force you to finish, because the biggest problem for game design is finishing the project. Okay, so like when you start, like I'm doing what's it called? Feature creep. It's called feature creep. Where you keep adding this and adding that and adding this and adding. Like,
it's never enough.
It's never enough. It's never going to be enough. So you need to come up with the idea for the game, figure out what you're going to put in there, stop, and then do those things, and then stop. It's like stop. After you get everything done, if you go, hey, there was this one little nice thing that I could have put in there to make this be a little better. Okay, now you can do that. Do that at the end. But don't go and just be like, okay, I'm gonna start a platformer, and then it turns into a fighting simulation, and it turns into don't do that.
It
Don't
keeps
do that.
going and going and going and going. Well, Mr. Terrence, we did enjoy having you today on the show, giving all that insight and everything.
No, thank you for having me.
When can we expect you to come back?
Hopefully when the game's done.
How long is that, sir?
So the game will be going into early access in December. It'll be on Steam and for early access. Okay. So we're gonna keep working on the game, and we plan to have it full released by I think June. I think it's June of next year, June or July, somewhere around there.
All right.
So summer next year.
Yeah, and we're gonna look forward to that because y'all done came to us with 2 games now, and now we got to see one. We got to see one prosper. With that being said, do you have anything else you would like to tell the Free World Radio audience?
Thanks for watching the stream. Thanks for watching the stream. Keep watching.
How can they support y'all?
So right now we don't have any like crowdfunding up yet. We're still working on that. But definitely those funds that we generate from the early access are going straight into the project. So anyone that wants to support, when you see that game, when you see Kebechet pop up, and it's Kebechet, Kebechet.
There you go.
Kebechet. So when you see it pop up, please buy it because trust and believe, that game's getting finished. If it's the last thing I do, it's getting finished. And not only just a little bit more.
Please.
So the game is going to be a roguelike. It's going to be a roguelike game. It will be randomized dungeons. Right, and like I said, it'll be the spell sequences for the spells, and we have two melee systems. So we have she has a water attack, which I didn't really go into. Kebichet in the myth, Kebichet is the embalming fluid. So, or she's the one that was given the embalming fluid. So,
Okay.
It's called the tenipotent liquid. So it's in the story, basically, it's the liquid that they use to embalm dead bodies. Now, since she's fighting against the ex-animus, or undead, as some people call them, she's fighting against the ex-animus, the liquid can kill them. It can
Cut this,
cut that off. So that's
attention to detail.
That's what her goal is. Her goal is to defeat the ex-animus and to defeat the children of Apep.
I won't go into details, but on the difficulty level, what am I looking at? God of War, Harvest Moon. What am I looking at here?
I don't know, man. So Jaden and Sean, our tester, they was testing the combat, and I'm feeling pretty good about the combat. I put a lot of work into that combat.
Okay.
And I made a boss the other day, and it was taxing they ass, bro. They was like, we cannot beat this boss. And I was like, man, it can't be that bad. So I go to record myself to show them yeah, I'm going to show these guys, y'all trash. Boss beat the brakes off of me. I was like, okay, I think I need to tone it down just a little bit. So I'm it's not going for a super hard game, but definitely going to be some challenge.
Can't get mad at that. Well, with that, Free World Radio, that's all we have today. Mr. Terrence. Hey, man, I told you about the show. God, hold on. Now I got to do the whole show. Now I got to finish the show off like this because I refuse to show my guts. All right, everybody. Mr. Terrence here. He's like, I look so stupid. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I love Free World Radio. It's what we do here. If you want to tell your story on Free World Radio, contact me, DJ Red Tables, or a member of the Free World Radio host team. Trust me, you want to come tell your story just as bad as I want to listen and engage with you. If you don't, it's okay. You'll tell your story eventually. Because I'm watching you. I'm watching you, and you have no idea what's really going to happen if you don't apply to come on my radio show. Until then, see you later.